Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we have entered the Ralba Mines in the search for the dragon Shalom. And we have just acquired a key to allow us to access the rest of the dungeon. I say rest of, but there is a lot of rest of left. So let's find out what that rest of is like. By the way, in the last episode... Never mind, I was about to say something, but we got dialogue first. Are we down far enough yet? No. Nervous grumble. I hope you're right. No, we said we don't have to worry about you until the 4th floor. That's when we'll find the stronger monsters. Clearly, it says in the corner there, we're on the 2nd floor. Alright, just real quick, what does this sign say? To the surface. Well, if you get lost, we still have signs. So, I was about to say, I am running out of inventory space. I have room for one more item. I considered running back to town to sell some of these items, but they wouldn't be worth all that much, and I figure I'll spam a bunch of magic, and that will give me an excuse to use up these items. Okay, here is a good question. We have been finding some stronger versions of some of these monsters. Is the vulture going to be a stronger version of that monster? Well, I can tell you this. Actually, yes. The answer is yes. The vulture is definitely a stronger version of that monster. And I don't know what I was going to be telling you otherwise. Kalisa, you're not going to be strong against the vulture, so I guess you can attack the Trog. The Trog seems to be an enemy that is not stronger. But then again, the Trog doesn't actually cast any magic. It only deals physical attacks. Alright, Fireball. Let's use this magic. Stat-wise, these monsters are stronger, I can tell you that. Like, the Ember had, an additional 20 HP, and its other stats were a bit higher. Same goes with the Mantis, and I will assume that that is the same case with the Vulture. Alright, Jareth, you have your strongest weapon, so I don't know that it'd be worth using your current spell. So, go with that. Oh boy. Oh, wait, yep, it's gone. It just took a moment to faint. I am definitely going to want to consider using the agility spell so that we're not missing in these fights so much. Speaking of spells, do that. There, one less enemy attacking us. And Fibs, you're not actually going to be able to do anything against the water enemy, so you can use a spell. And I don't think the rest of this fight is going to be an issue. Yeah, you can go ahead and heal that if you want. Jareth's going to take out the slime in the next hit, and then everyone's going to wail on the Calubra. And the Calubra wasn't even able to do anything. Not really worth using the Bubba Juice. It heals 10 MP. Well, I used one item anyway. That should give me enough room for whatever we find up ahead. Hey, there's some Othla grass here. Cool. And that's a key item, so that's not going to fill up inventory space. For healing HP, I'm going to focus on using our healing spells, because we got a lot of MP recovery items. I see another spell. Make sure there's nothing in any of these. Nothing? These are all just scenery? Huh. Oh, the path continues further that way. Is that another spell over there? Might be another spell. By the way, the first book in this dungeon looked like this. But it wasn't until I found the second book that I realized that the books looked different. So much for the power of observation. More books! Just what I like to see. This one is Thunder and Magic. Jareth, have a look. Oh, I bet we're about to acquire that lightning spell we just saw. I'm happy to oblige. Jareth opens the book. Arcane words written within bestow new knowledge of magic. Jareth has learned the wind spell, Lightning. It is interesting that lightning would be a wind spell, but there isn't really an electrical element in this game, so I guess that's the closest approximation. The book disappears. Yes! Look out, vultures! Now I command the power of lightning too! Yeah, but the vultures are not going to be weak against it. It's going to be neutral. Ale, bubba juice, and that fills up my inventory. Maybe I should have went back to town to sell some things. Yeah, we're about to fill up right here. Is there anything that I would want to do? Yeah, just so it's not completely wasted. We'll do that, and yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and use these. And in the next fight, I'll make sure to use even more magic to make up for it. It's empty. No spell here, by the way. But in the chest is not even a healing item. I didn't necessarily need to use those yet. Oh well, I'll find more. We got a workshop key. So this path was actually required. Unlocks the workshop in the Ralba Mines. Alright, let's find the workshop. Okay, there was that one sign pointing back to the entrance. What have we got in this direction? Tool shops to the right and left is to the surface. Is the tool shops the same as the workshop? Probably not. Tool shops to the... Well, let's find out what is in this other direction first. Like I said before, this dungeon is a bit of a maze. Okay, looks like we got treasures. Lots of mining tools. Not really useful to us. That only had money. Is this wrapping around? This is wrapping around. And this is not a separate area. A bunch of old mining tools. They hadn't quite gotten around to updating all of their tools. There we go. I knew I had to find some items in one of these chests. Well, the sign was right. That was the tool shop. Not really worth anything to me. I wonder if they would be worth anything on eBay. Do people buy old tools on eBay? Well, a straightforward path here. This is once again leading to the surface. And now we got a branching path. Oh, what? Whoa, oh! Oh, I remember this section. Oh wow, we're actually making pretty good progress here. Alright, first I want to go this way. I think. I am 90% certain... Wait a sec! Go back up, actually. Because if I am remembering correctly... This is not what I remembered. Are we down far enough yet? I'd say so. Blinks. We've been on this floor for a while now. Why didn't you say so before? Wicked smirk. Growls. I'm going back now. If you mean the back row, sure. This is what I remembered. First things first, though. We'll go ahead and put fibs in the... That is not the correct option. Let's try that again, but better. Put fibs in the back row. I mean, I could put them here, but I'm putting them all the way in the back. And while I'm thinking about it, since he will be in the back row now, let's unequip this cascading ring from Jareth and give that to Fibs, because now he's definitely going to... I said give that to Fibs. Okay, Fibs, give one of your full inventory items to Jareth so that he has room to give you the cascading ring. And this way you can have a little bit of a magic buff since you're going to be using magic a bunch. And then I'll save. You know you're making good progress whenever you encounter a save point midway through the dungeon. Now, which way is forward progression? I can't quite remember that. But I'm going to assume it's in the direction of where we passed the save point. But we got these other paths to check out first. Four floors down. So I guess the third basement counts as the fourth floor down, considering there were two first floors. There was the regular first floor, and there was the first basement floor. You've gotta be kidding. So, we have found the Calubra nest. Okay, so I don't necessarily need to use Jareth's spell for the ooze. It's weak enough, and Jareth's got... Oh, I should have used the spell. Really, Jareth? You have an agility of 50. Whatever. Let's use some powerful attacks. Let's start with Glacier. Glacier learned that in the last episode. And yeah, Glacier, her name does make sense, as Emperor Seth has observed. I don't know... Well, I don't feel like missing again, so go ahead and... Actually, use Gale Force against the ooze, since we missed that a bit ago. And you are definitely using spells. But those Calubras are going to be kind of difficult to take down. Got plenty of health. Though they are definitely more interested in using buffs than anything else. I cannot remember whether this is the only Kalubra battle or if there's more of them in here. Oh, maybe we should stick with Glacier, actually. It's definitely going to be more powerful than Glacier's weapon. I don't think the rest of this fight is going to be difficult. But I did use a couple more glaciers because missing is annoying. So that gives me plenty of reason to use these Bubba Juices. And for the sake of using another item, have a nail crystal on it. So are there going to be more of those fights? Hey, there are some Kalubra eggs here. This must be their den. Nest, den, either or. So apparently Kalubra eggs looks like human skulls. Either that or these are human remains which the eggs hatch into to feed on the remains as soon as they hatch. Which is kind of dark to think about. I'm gonna say, no, that was the only Kalubra fight. More Kalubra eggs. And a nest, too. Okay, I know this isn't necessarily... Oh, how to word this? Spotted eggs are not necessarily trademarked to Yoshi, but, RPG Maker 3 totally has a Yoshi egg. Hey, check this out! A jewel-encrusted egg! Eartham will like this. Jeweled egg. A jeweled-encrusted egg. Well, I mean, that's what it's called, yeah. Heh. There's a jade figurine of a Kalubra here. Nicely carved, too. I wonder if the Kalubras knew it was here. I don't know that animals necessarily pay much attention to objects like this. Well, then again, we had two treasures in here, and they chose this area to nest in of all places. Maybe they did see some value in these things. A Kalubra figurine and a jeweled egg? I could definitely see them being interested in those things. A small figurine of a Kalubra carved from jade. Well, good thing I used all those items just now. Alright, so that was this section. And after a quick save, we're gonna go to this section. We haven't found where we need that key yet, by the way. I'm betting it's for the boss door. Off the grass. Nothing in those. And this is going even further down. Well, if that key is for the boss... Unless that's the boss door. Alright, well, otherwise we're not going to be able to do anything else in this direction. So... let's see if we can't figure anything out going this way. Wow. These statues are a whole lot creepier whenever you're able to see them in HD. Wait, what? Hold on a sec. What was that? Was that a heal? I think that was a heal. Have we found another heal point? Completely forgot about that if that's the case. Well shoot, now I have even less reason to use items. Doesn't heal MP though. So which way is which? The workshop is to the left, the quarry is to the right. Well, we got a key to the workshop, so let's go there first. Down that way, I assume? Well, there's an encounter here. Yep, definitely encountering more of these water enemies. The oozes are not a concern. The mantis kind of is. Alright, I know I can cause like 33 damage with Jareth's most powerful weapon. What does the lightning spell do against the mantis? Slightly more. So it is slightly more worth using then. We'll use Glacier as well. It'll be neutral damage, but it'll be good damage. And I do want to... well, I was hoping to take that thing out before it could do that. So much for that. The oozes are going to focus on Kristana. Yeah, I know, I haven't used the agility spell yet. I'm not really finding the opportunity to. It's not necessarily necessary in this fight. And in fact, with the weak oozes and the Colubra who barely does anything outside of small heals and buffs, yeah, you know how this is gonna go. Alright, quick heal to Fib's MP, and let's actually confirm the situation with this statue over here. So who's got the lowest HP right now? Fibs, because he took that big hit. Got 39 HP, I go to this. And now he's got 64 HP. So, like with the statue in Janus the Temple, it's not a full heal, but we can just use it again to get healed the rest of the way. So I definitely do not need to worry about healing my HP from this point on. Okay, so I'll check out where that leads in a bit. There's also another path in the other direction. But first, what were those monsters guarding? Well, there's a chest here, so there's that. I like treasure. A Brofa elixir. That's a good one. It won't be long before I replace all of these weaker ales and juices with the more powerful elixirs. Another stairway. Boy, we're going up and down and all around. Blacksmith oils, bowstring wax, and assorted tools. Bows use wax? I didn't know you needed to keep bows waxed up. Speaking of up, what's up here? Well, I should have known that. Okay. managed to make our way to the workshop. Hey, there's some ale here! Oh, goodness me. Okay, before I pick up these obvious items, how much room do I have? I have room for one more. You know, I don't necessarily need to grab all of these. Yeah, probably not. That looks important. It's apparently not. But this might be. Or maybe this? Lots of blacksmithing tools here. Really? Oh, there's more over here. Money. And I'm betting the next one has a key. Yep, the quarry key. I believe we saw a sign pointing to the quarry. Unlocks the quarry in the Ralba Mines. Okay, we're just about done with this episode. I'm definitely going to head back to town in between episodes to sell some items. Yep, the quarry is that way. And if we got a key to go that way, that means that is forward progression. And I do believe that we're also going to be finding some more boss-like encounters like we fought in Janus the Temple. So we'll be doing that next time. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Oink!